Hello everyone. How are you? Hope all is well. Hope you take the time out today to just do you. If it's even for 2 hours, it would be the only 2 hours you time maybe I've gotten this week. Do some journaling, no phone calls. No one else, just you alone in your space. Answer to no calls, just chill. Sweep out your mind and focus on breathing properly. This is your moment. Because the way things is going right now, it's crazy. You have to try and take the moments them when you can. So guys, boy I tell you, it's never a dull day in Jamaica. And seriously, there is some serious crimes been perpetrated on the people of Jamaica. That is been swept under the carpet by people we are putting in charge of our well-being. Right now, how I see it, the country is at a loss with these people in charge and their confederates. So right now, big things in the news is that wife of former MP Joylan Silvera died. The president of the PMP and the opposition leader nargeole said she had passed and expressed condolences to his comrade, who was a former member of parliament for St. Mary Western, and further expressed keeping your entire family in our prayers during these most difficult times. Jolyan got married to Melisa in December 2015. Then in 2017, tragedy struck. That is around 2 years after marriage. Their son, 2-year-old Justin Silvera, who was only 2 years old at the time, allegedly drowned in a pool at his Stony Hill, St. Andrew home. While at home with Mr. Silvera, his father, Mr. Silvera, allegedly said he was at home with his son and after some time noticed that the child was missing. He then found him lying face down in the pool. He was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Personally, I think that was the heights of carelessness and negligence. Big red flag. Because there is no way I could be home with a 2-year-old and he got missing for some time. That child, unless the child is in a crib, sleeping, that child should have been within eye shot of my every view at all times. However, allegations going around is that the situation surrounding the passing of the child is very different from that which is reported, as there may have been some kind of cover-up. Okay, we'll put that down to a tragic loss for the family. Now, here we have the Silvera again. That this man at home with his wife, and we are assuming as married couple, they are sleeping beside each other. But she never woke up in the morning. The allegation is she passed away in her sleep. So healthy, young green girl, only 40 years old, passed away in her sleep. No known medical issues, but she passed away in her sleep. When I heard of the death, I said to myself, boy, tragedies sure follow these people. I wondered to myself, I wonder she had ate something or drank something before she went to bed. Or did she have any heart problem, which was not the case. Because if she had a heart condition, then of course you can get a heart attack in your sleep. But left it there at condolences because we never hear anything else to drag the attention to the incident. I just thought, rest in peace, Melisa. Now we are getting breaking news that the autopsy have proven that she was shot 3 times. Like what the hell? Then something can really go so? You see why sometimes we can't even trust the authorities to do a good job. We need external help. Situations like these are the perfect example because there is just too much corruption, or they may be blind in one eye. Because this seems to me like misevidence conveniently. Jamaica, you know, say it's time we make them people stop take with the fools. These people obviously think that all Jamaicans are dunce, and the ones perpetrating these heinous acts are the only ones with a brain. There is just so many questions to be asked here. Who proclaimed that she had died in her sleep? Who were the first set of people on the scene? Who were the crime scene investigators? Who was in charge of this investigation? Which forensic team was in charge of the crime scene? We really need to know who was the investigating officers, you know. This is not accidental. This looked premeditated and planned. Just that somebody dropped the ball. Let me interject a moment. You see, whoever did this crime may have watched the same movie that I watched a few years ago. And it went like this. There was a court case involving a soldier charged with his wife murder. Funny thing in this case, the case what I'm telling you about, it seems so in the beginning they thought she had died in her sleep as well. They all lived on a base for soldiers and their wives and children. In other words, it was a soldier base, you know, where them have apartments there, but it's just really soldiers and them wives. And sometimes the wife is soldier and them is soldier, but the home is on the base. It's their community. Highly secured. However, it was found out that when her husband, the soldier, was on any work that was off base, she was cheating on him. He found out, and one night when she think he had gone off base working, he watched her do her deed. Then when she retired to bed, he snuck into the house and put a pillow over her face and placed the gun between her crotches and fired a few times. The investigation based on the show showed that there was little to no blood, as it was explained in the court case. Because of the many flesh and organs inside, it was not easy to find out, and if I remember clearly, the bullets would have been significantly slowed down on entering the body from down there, so there really would not have been an exit at the head. So really and truly there was no identifiable wounds on the body just looking on outside to say X, Y, or Z. So you see, it would really take a criminal mind to think of that. It was well planned. What I would love for the investigation to reveal is, did they find the bullets in the body? Because I hear them talking about bullet fragments. Because if they only find fragments, it would have mean that somebody pre the autopsy would have taken away the bullets. Would that be the thinking? So we don't only want to hear about they find fragments. We want to find out if them find the bullet at all in the body, because that would mean even deeper investigating. So let me ask you guys, who believe in the cow jump over the moon? Anyone? Okay, so who you think shoot the mistress? Think on that. There was no break-in at the house, no robbery. She was found in her house, not out on the streets. The woman was found laying down in her bed, supposedly retired to bed with her husband. So even if someone came in and did all that, how they never did anything to anyone else? And didn't he see her before he retired to bed? Well, we are assuming that she actually got to retire to bed, and it wasn't just staged that way. When was the last time him see her and talk to her? It had to be before they went to bed. So then, Who was the last person to see her alive? Ghosts. And if they had a house guest, this is the time to call in the house guest into investigation, which I rather doubt that. Because even if there's a house guest, they would have been seeing some kind of wrestling, or you would have heard some kind of wrestling. It would have been obvious to know. And that would simply mean that would have been a part of the report. The simple fact is, none of the above applies to the situation. No intruders, no nothing like that. So now the question is, because she was murdered, who was the murderer? Now the husband has retained an attorney. Guess who? King's Counsel, the most famous Peter Champigny. This seems like a case of turn a blind eye, but someone accidentally dropped the ball. Because if, as the news say, they found fragments, who took out the bullet? Nothing more than the same person who took out the bullet never did it properly because the fragment was found. This needs thorough investigating. Because it's obvious that someone else did the autopsy, hence this big disclosure. Now it's further alleged that the room at the home, the one that she was found dead in, has been extensively renovated and change up construction work done. Wow. Now they are saying the original investigators have been changed. Hell no. They should all be fired. So now there is new investigators on the case. Let's see what else they will recover and disclose. In the meantime, the lawyer's husband, Peter Champigny, says his client, Joylan Silvera, has not been treated as a suspect. However, there is allegations circling around that this man been beating Melisa, his wife, for years, and many comrades knew all along that Melisa was being beaten by her husband. Can you imagine that? This year would have been their 8th year of marriage. This marriage has been rocked with pure red flags, and we will be waiting here with bated breath on what the new investigating team will uncover. You see, this is the thing with domestic violence. If somebody don't intervene, if you don't talk about it, it will just eventually get out of hand, because people will get comfortable thinking that what they are doing is okay and them getting pass on it. Ladies, it doesn't matter your status in society. Talk. Go tell someone. Make sure there's a record of you complaining about this, because eventually things does come to a bump, and by then the pipe is broken. You can't fix it at that time, because sometimes some cases just need a bit of intervention, a bit of therapy, and external forces getting involved. That would have made such a world of a difference. Abuse can happen to anyone at any level, because show me a perfect life, I tell you it's a fairy tale. Some abuses is not physical, it's emotional, but sometimes it can fester into a bigger problem. When you see where you need help, as adults we have to learn to identify when we need help and when we need intervention. You might say yes, you love the person, and for whatever reason you don't really want to lose what you have, but at the same time think logically, get help. In this case, is only rumors and allegations of abuse, We don't have any evidence right now in terms of if she had reported it ever and who she had spoken to. But you know what Jamaica say? If the rumor is out there, if I not so, I near so. Anyway, guys, I need my bright, articulate minds in the comment section. Remember, we don't have to agree. Your comment is respected here, as maybe you have a view from a different direction that you would like to share. Just be respectful in the comment section. Anyway, guys, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my platform, please. Love you all. Bye for now.